Yeah, so we had 3 different New England championships this weekend, and I think we performed really well in all of them. Our strongest result was the co-ed team that finished 2nd of 18 at the Shell Trophy, which is a really amazing result for them. It was, based on a lot of hard work and people coming together, and also everybody hitting their stride at the right time, which is really nice. Our women's team made a big improvement over last year. The same personnel sailed last year at the Earn Trophy at Harvard and finished last. This year we were 10th. We were in the qualifying position for ACCs of 7th after Saturday and had a couple tough races on Sunday, but overall it was a really positive championship for us. And then our freshmen did a great job at Tufts at the Nickerson Trophy and finished 5th in A, 5th in B, and 5th overall. So that was really good for them.
So last weekend at the Shell, we got 2nd place. The weekend went pretty well. We got some good starts, had some good races. We performed very strongly both in A division and B division. I was sailing in A division with Ty. Overall, it was a great team effort. We're really looking forward to ACCs. We've been working really hard all season. We think we can finish pretty strong. We've been working really hard all season. I think both of us are really hard workers. We come to practice every day. We're always really focused. We're always one of the first boats on the water. We really both have the mentality that there's always something new to learn, something to get better at, and we every day we have a goal and we try to accomplish that goal.
Overall, the women's team finished 10th at the Victorian Earn, which is the women's fall championships for the season. In B division, we had Greta Farrell sailing with Jorlyn Legaric, and they finished 10th overall as well, I believe. And me and my skipper, Annie Hughes, we finished 6th in A division. So the fall has been a huge effort on the women's team to take every chance we can get to sail the top competition. After last fall's rankings, we weren't able to get into a lot of the very competitive regattas, but I think it really speaks to the women's team's efforts and just their absolute focus and drive to get better even without sailing against the top competition, always pushing themselves regardless of who they're sailing against. We're really excited with this fall's, how we finished this fall. It was super rewarding to see all the effort that we put in there and see it in the numbers, which is something we've kind of been waiting to see, because we see an improvement on the water, but it hasn't quite translated. But it's definitely, I think this is definitely the turning point. And so this fall, I'm super excited for the spring season to come and really get the chance to sail against the top competition.
The thing I wanted to talk about was the role of alternates at each of these events. We often go to our championship events, we go with an alternate skipper, at least one alternate skipper, and often we have alternate crews based on wind conditions who will sail. This weekend happened to be light, so we sailed our light air personnel, but college sailing allows you to make substitutions based on wind conditions. They have rules that limit the amount of substitutions you can make. This weekend our heavier crews didn't make it in because the conditions stayed light all weekend. But on lots of weekends, like the previous weekend, we have lots of people sailing, especially if it's windy. When alternates aren't sailing, so if it's windy, the light air alternates will be actively prepping boats on rotations so that the people coming off the water can talk to the people that are headed out and make sure that they're prepped on the sailing conditions, anything they noticed, anything in particular about the boats. And then when we make substitutions, we typically have everybody dressed, ready to sail, based on, in case the conditions change. And people are always ready to go. They're actively involved in the process. They're oftentimes watching the racing and helping coaches kind of stay on track. If the coaches have to go down to the dock and talk to a group of sailors that are rotating, they'll be watching the races as they're going on and kind of briefing us on what has happened or what the trends are and stuff. So our alternates do a great job and are always really involved in the racing, even if they don't make it out on the water and even if their name isn't on the results. I mean, obviously putting on an event is a lot of work and a lot of effort, and so getting to sail in the event is really nice. But our co-ed team is sailing really well right now, and we have lots of expectations, lots of hopes for how things would go sailing in our home waters at our home venue. And well, it'll be a whole team effort. getting ready to go. And you know, right now, we still have our foot on the gas. Our women's team, even though their season is kind of over right now, they didn't qualify for Atlantic Coast Championships. They're still showing up at every practice and making sure that they're helping our co-ed team prepare as much as possible for the upcoming championship.